Ready?
I'll put down when Cody arrives.
Okay. I'm gonna call the city of Swisher council meeting for the budget workshop to order. Can we take roll?
Yes. Enoch,
Here.
Wernemuth,
Here.
Klein,
Here.
Stagg,
Here.
right, and Cody is not present yet. Oh.
Stay here.
Pujol.
Stay here. Okay. Call it to order. Can I get a approval for the agenda?
Motion to approve the agenda.
Second. I got a motion and a second to approve agenda. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, let's move on to public comment.
No one online.
Is there anyone on there? No. Mayor's in online.
No, he's not. No.
He said he might not be until like 7
Okay.
or so. Okay, let's move on to business. Let's review updated estimates.
All right. So, yes, if you look at, I moved off the colored sheet, the blue. I moved off everything that we completed. What are you missing?
No, I have two of the Diamond Doctors. I was just making sure.
Yes, you should all have two. They're two different estimates.
Yeah.
Yep, 17 and 20.
Mine are about 20.
Mine are both 17.
Okay.
One has, one doesn't.
Okay,
Okay.
so,
We're looking at this for.
yep, so we're looking at this because it's overall, the capital projects for consideration, so I changed the amounts. Line one, I moved phase two, and the whole thing onto next fiscal year. Phase one, this is the updated amount. The annual maintenance is not updated. I don't know if that will be different, but the cost estimate for doing phase one, that's the new estimate from HR Green. Number two, Justin did get two estimates for concrete, rough estimates. They were just over $7,000 for each one. So I put 10 in there, just so we're covered. If prices go up in the next, few months. I still haven't gotten an estimate back for resurfacing the basketball courts. Parks did not report on whether they had or not. The ball diamond, I put the lower amount in here. I did get an estimate back from the field doctors, which are the two that you have. So one has the excavation and one does not. So Parks wanted us to approve, which I did this obviously before their meeting, but Parks wanted us to approve the $20,000 estimate for redoing the infield. They haven't gotten us an estimate for the outfield yet. But I had them do it with and without the excavation because we may be able to get a company to donate those services. They said that's the part that a lot of towns and parks will have donated. So I had them do it both ways, so we knew what that amount would be, but we could budget for worst case scenario. I haven't gotten anything back on the holiday decor yet. The 3rd Street block repaving, that estimate is on there from HR Green. The time clock, it is on here. However, I do have enough money in the city office cash. I have $16,000 in there, and that's for capital improvement for the city office. So we could use that and do that this fiscal year yet and take it off of this list. Televising the sewer lines increased $1,000. Repairing sewer lines, I split all those up based on the area and what the work will be done, what the work is that'll be done, and then I put a total at the bottom so you can see the total for everything that HR Green recommended. And I am waiting on an estimate for removing the playground equipment rather than replacing the slide, the yellow.
Can't Justin just cut it off and remove it?
He may be able to, but yeah, I can ask him.
I was gonna say, to me, that,
It's something we can do in-house.
yeah, that should be able to be done in-house. I talked to a friend of mine just to get an idea for redoing the basketball courts.
Mhm.
He would think based on the size of it, it could be done for right around 10,000.
Just to
For
resurface.
resurfacing asphalt and lining.
Yeah, lining. Depending on two pickleball lines.
Okay, we didn't have an estimate on that.
No, no.
Okay.
All right. And I did an updated cash report so you can see where we're at as of today. For these two amounts I wrote on the right, those are things that will come out of those funds this year yet. So, but I wanted to ask, I was gonna ask Cynthia or Tim might know. We have a stormwater drainage fund that we don't use any money out of. So these repairs that we're doing is any of that stormwater related that we could use some of those funds as well?
Yeah, for instance, if you decided to do Third Street, for instance, you're gonna be replacing some intakes and things like that, so you could use some of those funds
Okay.
towards that work as well. We have used that for projects in the past where you could use it for ditches, you can use
Okay.
it for culvert replacements, you can use it for stuff like that, so I don't know necessarily where, like some of the work Justin did this last summer and things where that money
Mm-hmm.
came from, but it could be directly used for that kind of stuff, so.
Okay. So I would take that 85,000 estimate approximately out of just the sewer. Think of it as coming out of just the cash sewer fund. So that way we know kind of a better update of what we'll have in there.
Where's the total that we have in the cash sewer fund?
It's highlighted. It's the third one from the bottom. 546,000.
Oh, geez, yeah.
So that is. Those are the updates to the estimates that I have right now. So. And again, you guys can agree or not agree to put any of this in or out. And then when I go through with Cynthia and put it all together, do the math and figure out what we may need to cut, we can make changes.
So roughly, we are looking at $320,000 to do all the sewer repairs.
Yeah, 322, 450.
So we would take all, that would leave us at 220. What else would be coming out of that sewer throughout the year? Anything?
It shouldn't be unless we run into any surprises, but usually we would budget 10,000. Last year we budgeted 10,000 for televising. We did go over that, which we basically spent 11. And then repairing the sewer lines we had budgeted 50,000. So we went over that by 10 as well. So
Some of that televising, like over here on Oak and stuff, that we had to go other
That'd
spots.
still leave us over $200,000.
That part wasn't included in the original televising amount, no.
Right.
The original televising, we just had a few more feet and
Yeah,
my 2004 gas at it, so.
it actually would leave us. It would leave us over 300,000 because we do have a sewer reserve of 110,000. So technically we have $656,000 in our sewer cash right now. And that's not including like money that's still coming in the rest of this
Yeah.
fiscal year, but gives you.
You said yearly, what's that bring in? Or-
So we just deposit money in there. There's like a portion of of certain payments that we get, we just deposit in there. But what we pay out for like our normal sewer costs right now. Last year, we'll talk about last year. So last year, what we paid out for sewer costs was all covered by the money we had coming in from sewer payments from residents.
Okay.
So anything extra that we budget for would come from other areas. It would come from property tax, it would come from, we took some out of our loss last year and put it into the general fund or into the cash for sewer. So like we deposit small amounts throughout the year and that's why it keeps just growing. And then we just haven't used it. Like you can see in January, I know it says disbursements, but that's actually, or no, that might actually be a disbursement. So like we use a little bit of money if we pay for something. So I'm guessing there was a payment that was sent out, probably Ion maybe, where we did some, actually, yes, Ion did extra tests last month. So the check that I wrote them, a portion of it came out of there, but they only do that like twice a year. So
Would any of that money that we had to pay, or Kenway, would any of that came out of that, or would that be a?
possibly, I'd have to look and see what there's like
Yeah,
a formula of a percentage that everything comes out of. But I'd have to look at Kenway's bill because that was a couple months ago.
But the cash sewer fund, you show 513, January gets 546. You said there's another 100,000 that you don't show on those, is it?
it's yours down.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so that's
The 110 we gotta
like a
reserve.
backup fund that
In case
it's
something
just,
happens.
yeah, in case something crazy
So what
happens.
is reconstruction MH 1528? Where's that project at?
Okay, so it's over here, basically that line goes under Oak Avenue. And that particular one, there's just one joint just barely outside of the manhole that is in pretty sad condition. So that would be a spot repair. Okay, but it's not leaking terribly or anything like that. And the pipe doesn't look like it's ready to collapse or anything like that. So, you know, I'd say that the one above it is more critical. That's that line that plugged on you guys.
Cody, are you talking about
Yeah.
line 10?
Yeah, line 10.
Okay, he's talking about, yeah, line 10.
Oh, okay, I was down on line 12. I'm sorry. Line 10 is up in region 5. It was one of the lines we couldn't do. It crosses a creek up here. And it needs full reconstruction.
Yeah, okay. So we would still spend 80,000 lining the rest of Region 5 alongside that full reconstruction?
Correct.
Okay. And then Oak Ave, that's for lining and a spot repair that you were just mentioning?
Right, correct.
Okay.
The line number 11
And
is line 11 is the line that plugged. Line 12 is just another
Spot repair.
Well, I think we should fix this once and for all. We got the funds. Next year we can reevaluate and maybe not go as heavy, but we keep having issues on Oak Ave. And if there's a line that needs full repair, I mean, otherwise line item 10 is gonna keep getting passed off down the road. And it's gonna just start causing issues.
So, and the fact that we've got that much money in it, we need to start, if we've got repairs to make, now's the time to do it.
That's spending about half of the capital that we have there.
Right.
That's why I said next year we maybe, hopefully next year we don't try and devote 300,000 of our budget to sewer repairs.
Right.
So a question for you.
They should keep getting smaller.
So two-prong on the stormwater drainage fund we have. Some of the trees we need to remove are in our ditches and common ways. Would that qualify as cleaning those up and being able to use the funds out of that?
Good if you did a ditch cleaning, waterway cleaning or something like that.
Okay,
I think you could justify that. We rewrote your ordinance a few years ago to protect the ditches and things within the community because they were considered part of your stormwater conveyance.
okay,
So I think you could make that argument.
okay. That would be nice to get rid of all the damn trees in one year. And then the second would be stormwater drainage is on the the parking lot job. Could we use any of the funds from that to help since we have to redo drainage in that area?
That's mostly great. And we weren't planning on putting any intakes or anything up there. So.
Okay. Trying to make that work.
So I guess for me, I say line items 8 through 12, we factor in the budget and make it work.
And don't worry about 7 either. She's got enough, she's
Yeah.
got 16,000 in that thing. $300 isn't nothing to.
Yeah, I have budget authorization to spend up to $500 out of the city hall budget. So if you guys tell me to go ahead and do that, I'll just do that.
Do that.
And then I think for 13, I cannot see why Justin can't remove that, and if he can't, I'll get some guys together to
Okay,
literally cut it out.
If they go cut that out, when we have to put something around that. You know.
Well, we'll have them cut it out, then we'll probably have to dig it out.
Dig it out and
Dig out
grade
the
it
post.
over.
I'm sure the
Grade it
posts are
over and everything,
down.
make sure there's no hazard there
Yeah,
for kids.
probably the biggest thing is make sure we get the concrete out of there.
I did ask Parks and Rec to look into, replacing it with something. And when I looked up like different structures, it doesn't have to be like a slide and everything. There's a lot of different structures where they're more accessible for special needs that are a lot cheaper because they're not huge structures. So I did look into that. So what they were asking in budget, you could easily get something like that that's closer to the ground, to replace it, so.
Okay,
Item 6, what do we got going on here?
Hang on, just make sure, the slide you guys are taking out would be the one on the, southwest corner of the,
No.
like,
The yellow, it's.
oh, it's the yellow one
set.
right in the middle there, okay.
Yeah.
Just that,
Whole
That's-
structure.
yeah, just that, the little one
It
that,
has the little, and then it has like little curve.
Yeah.
It's the whole structure.
right, it's just that little bump down one,
Yeah.
okay, not the spiral.
No.
No.
Nothing on the new structures.
Yeah, it's just that old structure. It's like 12 feet by 3 feet.
Yeah, I
wide.
know what, yeah, it's the one right in the center of it.
Yeah.
Or kind of in the middle of
Yeah.
it. Yeah, okay.
So Third Street, that block between Allen and Swisher Beach Drive. We went ahead and we estimated it for the entire block. Okay, it's really about half the block that we seal coated a couple of years ago just to keep a Band-Aid on it. But we went ahead and estimated that whole block. We also estimated it 31 feet wide with a sidewalk down one side of it, just kind of keeping with what you did for the sewer project. And we also estimated for putting in the extension of the water main under that as well. The one thing we didn't do is that sewer line, the sanitary sewer line under that road runs a different way. It wouldn't be connected into the Third Street sewer line that we just put in. It goes different direction. So there would just be a case, we would probably want to televise it, and we haven't heard that there's any problems there or anything like that. So that could likely stay in the ground and not be an issue. So we kind of went whole hog on that a little bit, just based on what you guys had kind of given us direction for before.
it makes sense, for the extension of what Third Street is going up through there. As far as the sewer line goes, what part of a region is that?
I think that is Region 7, I think.
Region 7?
I think, I'd have to check that for sure, but.
By block, do you mean just from Swisher View Drive to the following road? Would it be-
Did you put an estimate just without putting the city sidewalks and just putting the repaving, just repaving it like it is now and just?
I didn't.
You did not put it.
You could probably figure if you took the sidewalk out. You're talking about not making it 31 feet wide.
Right, just make it like, just like it is now. I mean,
I'm guessing maybe 2/3 to 3/4. It's not gonna be half or anything like that, so, you could do things like leave the curb and gutter in there and just do work on the inside of that and pave in between that. There's ways to cut costs, it's just what you want to end up with. If you want an estimate like that, we can put it together.
It's hard because, so I live right there, obviously, but, it's hard because I feel like our roads are so choppy. Like some are small, some are big, some have sidewalks, most don't, like, so then if you change it, like, if you kept it the same, it would match the rest of the road there. Rather than one section being really big and then the rest being really small.
That's kind of like down where the bridge is now.
What's the curve
because of narrow.
I think 27. So Kurt, a few years, probably 10 years ago now, we did go through and re-examine all the city specifications and design standards for
Yeah.
the roads in town. And at that time, it was just the council approved 31 feet and things like that. So obviously, you guys are in charge.
It's just weird when you got, you know, 3/4 of the town doesn't have those standards or doesn't have those things and 1/4 of it. I mean, granted, it's obviously it's
those
the,
type of roads, but with new construction that goes in and what you do and to upgrade your roads and everything else. Back at that time when it was looked at, that's why those were adopted.
And the fire department had
Yes.
a big say in that.
Yeah, and there was a
a
lot of,
quarter of the town that can get around and 3/4 they can't.
well, there's a lot of,
It's tight.
Well, I think
I
that's,
took notes, Kurt, you know?
and I think that's the thing though, if we are gonna invest in street projects, though, it has to be bringing it up to 31. Otherwise, if we just do it to save some cost, then at some point when we do attack those roads, that's when it gets really choppy.
yeah.
Um,
But I think too, like, the ones that we just did, you know, like Division and Howard and part of Third or whatever. We had sewer lines that we put in and stuff, and of course, Division had to do with timing with the county and stuff. Doing stuff, so at that time, we upgraded those to the latest standards that we set out. And in my mind, I think going forward, that's what should be done, is following those standards to keep informed. With that being said, this is a repair to do to a line. Or to the street that's falling apart or whatever, but, yeah, I guess. The gist of it is what I'm trying to say is I think we need to keep doing what we're doing. In order to upgrade the roads as best as we can. And hopefully down the line, we don't have to revisit areas as long as we're putting in new infrastructure.
The Third Street, the bridge, are you what are you gonna talk about reworking that bridge? And how are the two streets gonna line up?
That's
Why not?
a good question.
It might not.
About,
The bridge is gonna be as wide as those two streets.
yeah,
Someday when the bridge gets done, the street will go straight through.
Street?
Yeah.
Looking down the street, are they both in line?
Yeah.
I know the bridge is cockeyed in there.
Right, yeah, on each side, yeah, they line.
Both sides are?
Yeah.
So you guys had asked in the past about like money we had for bridges and vehicles, so if we do 012 on here is a bridge reserve that we do put money into, and there's $40,000 in there. So like that'll just, there's not a lot of money, but no, but if you do get a loan, it could pay the interest on the loan or something like that, or for engineering fees or. So like we are saving for those things. So 2 above that is a city vehicle. That's the amount that we have for a new city vehicle.
So,
that
like, I remember when I first got on council, you said like it probably had like 5 years left, and then you guys revisited and you said, it has a little more on it.
said like 7 years. or
Yeah, so like,
something.
what do we, because if we enter into another loan basically for this, project on Third Street, the block repave, how far off are we on this bridge project actually having to be done?
Okay, so about every other year, we have to do a bridge inspection, and they just you try to make your best projection. The DOT has software that do that software. And yeah, it was originally projected to be at its end of its useful life a long time ago.
Yeah.
And then, but the inspections have found that it's been lasting longer than what we expected. Honestly, we thought after all the traffic we put on it as a detour for Division Street, that would kill that bridge. It didn't though. It's tough son of a gun, but to let you know, when it does reach a certain rating, there are bridge funds out there. Matter of fact, we just got full construction funding for a small bridge up in Walker through this bridge fund. And through the state bridge fund is what it's called. But you gotta reach a certain point in its life. Well, we'll keep looking at it. We understand it. We want it done as much as you do because it looks just bad, But I think if we went from 0 or from where it's at now to 0 in a year, they might not think that's right. But I would hope that within the next 5 years, it would reach that level.
So at that point, we'll reach out to this bridge fund and do it. So it isn't like we have to like sit there and keep thinking and planning 5 years out for this, or?
Well, I think you would, because what they'll pay for is construction. So you'll have engineering, things like that, that you guys will have to.
We should
So we
still
could-
be,
so we could-
we should still be putting money into that.
Yeah,
If you
Every
can.
We should keep budgeting.
But I'm not saying we don't have to sit and like over the next 5 years, try and figure out how we budget $1 million to do this.
Right, the one thing I will say is that fund is competitive.
Yeah.
You may not get it 1 year, you may not get it the next, I think you'll get it eventually. The question would be is how long after that bridge reaches that level? There's supposed to be a little buffer in there to give you time, to get hopefully some funding.
Isn't that one of the hot button issues in Iowa though, is
It
like,
is.
is there's not,
The bridges in Iowa.
they're not giving out money for them?
Well, that and the bridges in Iowa overall are in pretty sad shape.
Right, and there's not enough money in these funds to do all the bridges that need to be done, is what I keep hearing anyway.
Yeah.
If I'm seeing it right, but.
Yeah,
So
It's probably on a most needed case.
the question is, do we want to enter into another $700,000 debt service?
Next fiscal year.
Yeah.
What about that bridge now? This is the one on Third Street you're talking about.
Yeah.
What about one on Swisher that's so narrow?
Yeah.
You need a school bus and you've got to stop.
it gets evaluated at the same time as the Third Street one does.
But once you do that, you're not gonna have to, the whole Swisher Drive is narrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can build the bridge to the appropriate width
Can you?
and just taper it in and out on each end.
There's no way would ever.
That bridge is in.
A
pretty
little
good
bit
health.
better
Yeah.
shape, yeah. We did try, we worked with the state about a year ago to try to say, okay, geometry wise, how this bridge on Third now is kind of a serpentine type thing. And we said it geometrically doesn't work anymore. And they didn't buy it. So we tried,
Where's your S curve?
yeah. So.
Okay. Um.
So what do you think on this block of maybe?
And I hate to say it, we probably should look at it pretty seriously.
It's. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a loan that we're gonna get.
Are we eligible to get up to 700 with our?
That's another
I don't
thing,
know.
how much more we'd be able to borrow.
Yeah,
I
we're,
would need help with that, from Cynthia probably to figure that
I
out.
mean, Daryl knows more than we do about it, but there's a certain
I'm pretty
amount we
sure,
can only be up to too.
I'm pretty sure we have that. It's just, I don't know if we wanna go up against it that high.
You know, there's a cushion.
No,
I think,
I wanna say before Shelley left, I think we had another like 1.7 we could borrow. That's what I thought.
I thought it was over a million for sure.
And I know when we talked at the first meeting about the property taxes too, we do levy for debt service, so I know we lowered them a little bit. We could move that back up if we planned on doing this. At the time, we hadn't planned on it, so we moved them, but
Do you think we could get by another year without?
And Third, honestly, I haven't driven out there since the winter started.
it's really not bad. It's just where it connects to the driveways. It's so high. Does this include replacing the end of the driveways to like match the level? Yeah, because right now the road's like here and my driveway's like here. So it's just a bunch of rock and then it just gets.
Usually they
torn up.
gotta repair whatever the last, 8 feet or 10 feet or,
And typically had the apron.
yeah, the apron of it, yeah, from the city sidewalk out. Usually that's when you got a city sidewalk.
so you're thinking putting it in,
Well, I kind of go back and forth. It's like, if we're gonna wait a year, we're still gonna enter into a debt service loan. It isn't like Division Street's gonna be paid off in a year from now.
it's not like this is gonna lower either on an estimate. either.
Yeah, that's why I don't
That's the
know what the
problem.
right
So
answer
I'm
is.
gonna go another 4% at least if we pay them every year. You know?
Investment.
What do you think, Dee?
My thought is we should
if we're gonna line these streets up eventually, we can't afford it. And I don't know how long,
Well, I don't think there's gonna.
I was thinking, when's that 120 gonna be paid off?
I would have to look, I'm not
Does
sure.
anybody know what,
Actually, I can just grab it I can tell you.
Say I'd like to.
I know
Yeah,
exactly
when
what
that
it
gets
is.
paid off.
what's that?
I'd like to have an idea when that gets paid off, you know?
Yeah. And
Yeah, I
then,
would like to start paying off loans before.
and then we've got some debt on, Howard. That was
Those are
four,
two.
4 million, I think.
I think those are our two big ones.
And that's,
It's gotta be close to paid off, isn't
I
it?
would think,
Well, here's all of our debt service.
I don't know how long you guys took the loan.
So,
Was it?
I was not. Can't remember.
okay, so our last payment is on the 2024 sewer is June 1st, 2054.
I moved that far.
30.
That's the big one. That's the big one, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
it's on this latest project that just got done.
The Division Street, our last payment is 6/1 of 28.
That's what I was thinking it was, that one might have been a 10-year.
The shop loan is 6/1 of 2033.
What loan is that?
The shop,
The shop,
Public Works.
Okay.
the shop hall.
The 2024 water geo loan is 6/1 of 2039.
Which one's 39?
It's, so the water portion of the sewer that we did, like how we had to put in water infrastructure, that's separate from the actual sewer loan.
That happens in
Yeah, so it's,
That's the
Yeah.
2039.
Okay,
yeah, so the original, yeah, it's 447 was the original amount. So yeah, 2028 would be 6/1 of 28 would be.
You're gonna have to find out what 200 limit is, 'cause there's a limit. But I wouldn't have any idea what the limit was. Every special size.
They think it's 1.7, but I don't have a clue where they.
So, yeah,
You know,
I'm not,
I'm about positive we still have over $1 million left that we could.
see, that doesn't buy much.
No,
And we don't wanna go against, we
Yeah,
don't
we're
wanna,
talking a block that we're redoing.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Look, that 700,000 eats up most of it. You wanna have a cushion
Like-
somewhere.
But like at the same thing, if we wait a year, what difference does it
Well,
make?
I know, but.
right, you wait a
Higher
year
limit.
and it's 800.
at some point, it's gonna have to be done.
Yeah,
I mean,
Well-
it's, because we can't keep just patching it every year, like having Justin go out there and throw asphalt down in there or
I
whatever.
think it's been 2 years since they got chipped and sealed, and I don't think you've done anything since the chip seal was done, and it's held up pretty good.
I don't know if Justin has done anything.
He hasn't. I know my neighbor, they didn't like the elevation change, so they went and scooped up pebble and had Justin come scoop up pebble and like level their driveway out to the chip seal. But I mean, we just drive over it.
so how much would we have to put toward that 700,000? How much would we have to put towards it? Or do we have to borrow the whole amount?
We probably have to borrow the whole amount.
I don't have any reserves in where we can put towards it?
I mean, we get road use tax, so we would, but it's not that much. Our road use tax is, we get approximately next year, we'll get 132,000. So not anywhere
But
near,
that also, we use that for, what do we normally give you?
Yeah,
50,000 a year?
yeah, we use it,
25.
yeah, plus we have a few other things coming out of
You're
it.
all spoken for already.
Yeah,
Is that what you're telling me?
$100,000 annually is spent out of it, so it would free up, we'd have 32,000 or so. Yeah, so I would say, but, I mean, you also don't wanna like overexpend yourself and have all the loans you can get, and then all of a sudden, City Hall burns down or something.
Exactly.
And then you
You've been
can't
working
get
in
a loan.
Kent.
I'll work from home, it's okay, people can just come by to pay their bill. Just put it in a box, I'll put my Santa mailbox out at the road.
we do some of the work there on that.
I mean,
Would any of that be eligible for this?
the sales
Food,
tax.
We'll have to be doing it right on there.
Let me-
So we were just talking about that part of the storm, so there would be probably some reworking of the storm sewer that could come out of the storm sewer fund. And then last year, no sub drainage, you could maybe.
In my opinion, that's what.
But in Mountain West, does it?
But that's not a significant amount of the sub.
Right.
No.
That's fine.
And again, we didn't include any work to the sanitary underneath for
You can get it down.
hoping that that's. in good shape.
We're assuming that that's in fairly good shape.
Yeah, and if it's not, maybe that's part of one of your future money projects.
Honestly.
No,
No, it's okay.
Thousand, but.
that probably doesn't know much, does it?
Oh, local option sales
Yeah.
tax.
I mean, you could, you know, if you took the sidewalk out, you know, if you took the water main out, but it's not gonna buy you
Much.
300,000, you know what I'm saying?
It won't buy much off of that.
So that includes the water line? Similar to what done on Howard?
Yeah, and there's actually a water line along Third as well. And it goes up to the Swisher View Drive intersection.
How is that, if and when city water ever comes? What are you looking at? If it was up there once, you put them off to the side or you run them down the middle like that?
No.
Who are you used to run?
They're
down the side.
they're off the side.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sewer's pretty much down the middle.
Is there any deterioration of those lines, it's sitting there doing nothing?
Not for a long time.
Now, by putting those sidewalks on there, where does the sidewalk, so the sidewalk would still stop at Swisher View? Or close to it anyway, right?
I think, you know, the sidewalk we put in along Third up to Swisher Views on the north side. So we would probably extend the sidewalk
On the north side.
Sidewalk will be on the bridge or separate?
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't understand your question.
You're saying on this new block.
On the new, say on that new,
It would go on the north side of the
They go
street.
on.
it just, you just have a 4 foot or whatever the sidewalk is on the north side. And then it'd stop at Swisher View.
It would stop at Swisher View and stop at Allen for now.
Right, but is there, so that sidewalk just stops there and then you got the city maintenance building with no sidewalk in front of it.
No, it
That has sidewalk.
It
all the way
does.
up through the mark.
Yeah, all the new stuff we put in has a sidewalk along it.
Yeah.
Must be gravel all over the top of it.
No, it's
Gravel.
right side.
Straight sidewalk.
Is it? Okay, I must be thinking.
So local option sales tax, the estimated amount, which obviously can fluctuate, is 291. Last year was 288, and 2 years ago was 298. So I think 291 is a good estimate, 291,000.
That's what's in there?
But you would have to probably get rid of some of your other projects because
There's
the
limit,
local option sales tax is most likely gonna be paying for some of those things, like redoing Chaucer Park, the ball diamond.
I'm to the point where if we don't spend this 700,000 this year on this or take the loan on it this year, we're gonna be sitting here at next budget meeting trying to figure out whether we're gonna use 740,000 now. to do it.
Well,
At some point, it's gonna,
still go up in price.
it's gonna go up in price and it's not going away. That road's gonna have to be fixed.
but right now you levy, the Division Street bond is levied in our property taxes. So when that comes in 2028, when that's done, you would have that money, $271,000 that we pay annually to make payments that we currently levy in property taxes. You'd have that money to pay for that bond. So you'd have to pay for it out of pocket basically for the first year. And then the next year you could levy it. Or you could just wait and levy it all and not waste the money this coming year and do some of these projects instead.
How does that work on, like, say we borrow that $700,000 or whatever. How does that work for us paying that off early? Is there any, I mean, can you pay that?
Certain ones we commit.
Certain ones we could and certain ones we can't since I've been sitting up
I
here.
think it depends on where you borrow the money.
Like, I think we can't pay it off until like a certain date.
Yeah, there's certain.
Some lenders want to lock in that rate for a long period of time.
So I'm not sure how they set up what you borrowed for the sanitary sewer project that was done by your
By Northland
yeah,
Securities.
Northland did that. Yeah, you're right. In order to lock in that, I've seen that very thing where
Or
you
you,
have to
You have to
go for the length.
either that or you pay a penalty to get out of it.
Exactly, yeah.
What, that sidewalk on the north side there? Is the sidewalk gonna be on the bridge or is it gonna be separate from the bridge?
No, it'll be on the
The
bridge.
bridge, okay.
Yeah,
You mean when the
It'll
bridge
be
is,
attached to the bridge.
What?
when the bridges are,
Yeah, I know,
It'll be
yeah.
attached to the
You
bridge.
know, it'll be separated
I
out.
mean, that's a project down the way.
So-
I have built bridges where it was actually cheaper to build a separate pedestrian bridge, but that's very rare.
And
So we're done with the one in Division Street in 28. How were we able to lower our property taxes? What did we take off or?
So we started using some of the road use tax that we currently have
Oh, yeah.
for employee benefits. So we would just add that amount back in, but we wouldn't,
So I'm trying to
we
think.
would still use road use tax, but we could,
So while
still levy.
we do this, first, obviously, we gotta check what our debt service limit is. To
yeah.
even see if we can financially afford a $700,000. Get one. And then look and see how much that would add back to our property taxes. Like if it shoots it up significantly, then I'm
It
gonna,
was like 0.8% that we would be adding back in. So yeah, I can do the math and get that.
Can I make one little recommendation on that? Most of the time when I talk to cities about budgeting for large projects like that, we give you an estimate, there's some contingency in it, you know, engineering fees or things like that, but I always recommend that if you're borrowing money or that you probably, just for your own sake, you add about 10% more, just in case something happens or things like that. It's just, I think most communities have done, we did that for a division and we did it for the
Mhm.
sanitary sewer project. They budgeted in an extra 10% above all the engineering estimates, just in case. So,
That usually covers it.
Well,
it's something
you-
bad, yeah.
I think you hope it would
Yeah.
cover anything that would,
Well, I agree, you know, we gotta fix that road there. It's not gonna be any better.
um,
Okay, so I'm gonna check how much we can borrow. Get a dollar amount of adding going back to the maximum property tax that we can levy. So I'll get that amount.
Is that 700,000 pretty close, you think? Within the
About
ballpark?
as close as we can make it
Okay,
right
yeah.
now, yeah.
I would-
There
I would
hasn't been a
figure-
lot of bidding going on yet this year, Daryl, so we
I would-
don't know
I
exactly
would
what
figure in
prices are
another
doing yet.
10% on top of that.
Yeah.
for
'Cause I know concrete took a jump.
A little bit, but, last year, things went about according to plan.
Okay.
So I hope this year is the same, but again, there just hasn't been enough things bid.
This road would be all
to
cement,
know
right?
for sure.
All concrete.
Just like,
But if I use quite a bit of concrete over on Edgewood Road, or
just like all of Allen and everything.
They are over there for the data centers and stuff, yeah.
I think there's.
They sure are.
I don't know, Edgewood Road itself, but
It is. It's old school.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
all right, so I've got info on that.
Holiday decor,
I looked, we got some magazines. It's like $600 for per wreath. I don't know how many we need. I haven't had time to really like dig into that too much.
let's just budget 10,000 from the general fund on it. I think
For the holiday,
that gives
and,
It was 8,000 last time.
was it 8?
them like 14 wreaths. About 15.
I don't even
16.
know if we have that
Who
many
gets
poles.
this?
Yeah.
What?
Who is gonna be in
would-
charge of getting?
It would
race?
be probably
You.
me,
Oh,
I bet you. would-
and then Public Works would install them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and I can get, right now it stinks because right now is a good time to buy them because they're all discounted. So that's like the normal price for them, but right now they're like 20 or 30% off because it's after the holidays. So we could always wait until, it would stink to wait so long, but
No, but we can still put it in the budget though, and then just
Yeah.
buy it later on.
But-
Well. Can we just do a budget amendment this year for this year's budget?
We
Do
can
have
see-
10,000 there, in there?
We could see, we do have that economic economic development loan money.
Oh, that's right.
I don't know the rules around that
We
though,
did-
so I need to look
We
into
did
it
not
further.
use
I mean, the
that.
one we don't use,
Yeah, there's like $18,000 in there. I just don't know the rules around it.
I just think if there's a 20 to 30% off discount right
Yeah.
now, and we're talking like a total of $10,000 that we're gonna take out of it anyway next year of a general fund, why wouldn't we look at it when it's,
I got 3 magazines just this week with their discounts and stuff, so.
so that's where I just think
Yeah,
if
'cause
we
we might
can,
not even spend that, we might only
Yeah.
spend $7,000 or.
Yeah,
something,
exactly.
or 5 to 7, or something like that.
we could probably spend
Okay.
cheaper and get more.
Yeah.
So possibly just move that to this year.
Yeah, do a budget and then.
Okay.
If we've got it in there, especially find out if you can use it out of that fund.
Yeah, I need
'Cause
to,
we need to find out what we can use that 18,000 out of, because
yeah.
we're never gonna spend it unless we know we can use it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Which I was thinking we were gonna move that. One other budget session that we talked about that we were gonna take those funds out and put them in some
I
different.
thought we were gonna
fund or
take them,
something.
just move them in general, just because they're untouched.
Yeah,
Yeah, I just. need
That's
to
not the
see-
one that has the board, right?
No,
No, that's
No.
just,
no,
Yeah.
that was something that the
that's the
council set up.
18,569.
the one we're talking about right now is
Yeah.
18,569. The one that has the board has like $1,400 in it or something
So
like
the
that.
18,569, I'm pretty sure we can do and move that wherever we want.
Yeah.
Because
I
that
need
was
to
money
figure it
that
out.
we set aside for this loan program that,
Right.
All we would need is a resolution to move the money from there into the general,
and that would cover.
so we could get that on our agenda and.
Yeah, I'll get with Cynthia and ask her about it if she knows anything, or I'll call
That takes that off.
the league.
She probably
Um,
wants.
Yeah. Okay, so possible resolution to move economic development money
See how much was in there.
for,
Yeah, that was about here.
That's all left.
okay,
It's 628.
We need to get 3.
yeah, that one. This is the one that has the
The
board.
bids are the same.
Okay.
No. It's
Um,
20 and 7.
okay,
One is removed, this is the one we want.
This is the one,
Yeah, that's what we want.
I know, but we're trying, I might be able to talk to someone.
Oh, to not do that part of it.
Yeah.
so the next one is redoing Chostic Park Ball Diamond. We kind of talked about that a little bit at the beginning, the 2 different estimates. I only had the 17.3 when I put it on here, so I didn't put the 20, but then I asked him to add in the excavating. But we did get volunteers for the Swisher Youth Sports got volunteers for the, batting cage that got all of that volunteered. So I feel like we probably could take that portion off, but we could budget for the whole thing.
I said we budget for the 20,000. And if we can save 3,000, we can save 3,000.
Yeah. We can always use it on something else for
not
the
a-
park.
Local option sales tax.
That's where I would say, to take that from.
How much does that bring in yearly?
The local option sales tax,
Yeah,
it is. So I have it estimated at 291,000. That's the one that 2 years ago was 298, last year was 288. It's currently budgeted at 300, but we've only gotten 145, so 145,372. So I just doubled that since we're halfway through the year
yeah,
to get a better estimate.
so there's 20,000 on it.
And then Cody thinks that, 10,000 would be for that. We don't have an estimate on
I
the
think,
basketball court, but I think
we
we should
need
budget
to,
in 10 grand for that.
I would say probably even budget 12 to 15 to be, because not only do we have to resurface it, and my buddy who does this, I just said, throw me a ballpark, to get it lined and everything and asphalt on top, but we're also gonna have to buy 2 pickleball nets as
Yeah.
well.
Mhm.
And install those probably prior to him coming in, or anybody doing it. I said it'd go out for bid, but, so I guess I don't know what pickleball net plus the 2 posts, so we need 4 posts and 2 nets cost, but, I would think that Justin could drill those holes and then we call the company to come in and do that.
Okay, so you said 12 to,
12,000?
Yeah, go with 12.
Yeah.
Oh, just go with 12 for now. I definitely think that's a good investment because that pickleball courts are gonna get used a whole lot more.
That 10 estimate's gonna be close enough for you, I think pad that a little bit just in case.
12.
That'll be a time to do it.
Why don't we go total of 15?
Just so 15 on?
Just total of 15 and that would be the post and the repaving of it. Total.
We just assigned some pickleball courts and I could probably, I don't remember the cost of the nets and stuff like that, but I could get you there.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Yeah.
all right,
Just to let you know, there is a lot of discussion about pickleball courts now and the noise. So just
Yeah.
keep that in mind.
The what?
The
and the
noise,
noise.
they're very noisy.
Yeah, well, we gotta
Very
get spots for it.
noisy.
Cause there's only one person up there.
Well, if anybody's bad up there, don't live by a park then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
That's the one good thing about our park being up there. There's not a whole lot of neighbors.
mhm.
You know, we have. to put
Right next-
signs out there.
That thing is right next to a field. But, and then the other,
In a deputy.
yeah,
Tell me you can sleep through
Have
anything.
to have,
Give them a beer and you're gonna sleep.
Sleep through
we
it.
have to have a time post when they can no longer use it.
Mhm.
are there lights on that?
No.
No.
No. That would probably be like,
8, 9 o'clock at the end of the day anyway.
yeah,
Yeah,
I think.
I don't think we're gonna have much of a problem up there because it's not like right downtown like where a lot of them pickleball.
Yeah, you hear about it and a lot of them are sticking them out in neighborhoods and
Yeah,
a lot of, it's a lot noisier than a tennis court. Sure.
yeah.
Shop doors. We got money, we might as well do it to save the concrete, right?
Yep. And that's a pretty fair price.
It seems really low, man.
That does seem kind of.
How far out is he planning on coming?
I think it's
Um,
good apron.
That's what I would think.
Actually, we do have this, I just,
How far out?
Well, I thought you said 12.
You got a different
I
estimate?
don't know how wide he's going. Is he going
Mallory?
across the river?
I think so.
Did he say who he got an estimate from?
yeah, I can't read it very, oh,
No, that's what it says.
okay.
Shop doors and salt shed.
Jeez. 10 grand.
That's where,
I'll just,
I think it'd be more than that.
I think it'd be way more.
What's
Frank's the
that?
only one that'll do it for that.
Wouldn't you think a bid would be way more than 10,000 for an apron in front of both shop doors and the salt shed? For 10,000?
so this is just,
All of it's how much grading they have to do, but
it's a
I,
6-inch thick driveway and it's just in front of the shop. It's not in front of the salt shed.
Okay, so it's just it's the two shop doors?
Yep, and the walkway.
You can take one and pass it down. I forgot I had this, sorry.
On yours. Just doing 10,000, why the whole lot?
Yeah, that's funny.
it was pretty reasonable.
20 foot out? Gee.
That's a
Yeah,
long,
they
that's
were
long.
36.
Becky's Concrete and
I think it says Rockies and then Quorum
Yeah.
Construction.
Quorum did the work on the slab and stuff and
Justin's
and stuff to the salt
Yeah.
shed up there, so. I heard somebody at this site.
I'd say we definitely budgeted, that seems a lot more than 10,000 bucks to me, but. Yeah.
Oh, either one came up. Less than 10,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ones, you
That's
know,
a big slab of
7,507.
concrete for that.
It's a huge slab, 36 by 20.
I'll have to contact them. to give them
Oh
the
my
garage.
God, that's what I told you, I
That
got,
means the two little pieces up at the ball diamond should be about 500 bucks.
Yep.
my driveway to the blacktop, it's gravel up back, there's a little apron from the door. The width of the driveway had about double door. A little over 13,000.
Should call these guys.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's not enough to tell McAllister, he have to lower mine down a little bit, come put a driveway all the way to the garage in the backyard.
check with
Oh, that's what it was.
Well, let's go with
We'll
that.
definitely, when we go to get bids, we'll definitely reach out to Frank.
Yeah, even Kenny maybe.
If we did it to both when we did it.
Wouldn't get the park up at the, yeah.
All right, so I'll go to the road use.
All right, hot topic, parking lot.
Parking, phase one. So what's all incorporated in phase one again?
How many spots? That's the question.
Sheesh. I didn't bring that map.
Oh, man, you're not trying to sell it for me.
Well, what, the overall thing was like 90, wasn't it? We were in that next spots.
Number one.
It was
Slightly
more than
more
that.
than-
It was more than that.
It's like 50,
More than
like
half,
40 or
right?
something like that.
Yeah.
More than that.
We kind of went
And
backwards.
so we were, this phase included like asphalting where the handicap spots have to be. And then it was, grading and seal coating the rest of it and striping it. Probably some lighting in there. No, we were holding the lighting, I think, until the last phase. So I didn't bring that estimate with me, I'm sorry.
So this is not cement. It is seal, it's chip and seal, or,
Yeah,
yeah.
asphalted handicap spots.
Right.
There's no lighting up there?
There's lighting planned, but I think we were holding off until it's the second phase on.
And the second phase would be farther north.
Connects it to that alleyway.
Is that what the entrance coming in from the north end too?
No,
Phase two would.
phase two would,
Eventually.
But how they get in and out, just from
Just
south,
Second Street.
Second up here.
Yeah, it'd be up Main Street here.
Yeah.
diagonal drive, parking or
Straight heading straight, 90-degree parking, so they could go in and get out.
And how much of this can come out of road usage?
It depends when we put everything together. I won't know exactly until we put everything together, because we've made changes to road use. We may go back and add more property tax, once I get this other information. So if we go back and put all the money back into road use and not use it on employee benefits, we may have more, but then if we use some of it for Third Street, that changes things. So I don't know until I sit down and put all the numbers together where we're taking money from for everything.
You asked us for a revised estimate towards the end of last year.
Mhm.
And it was that because people were thinking of volunteering to do great things, right?
We're working on it.
Yeah, when Brian was mayor, he talked to businesses to see if they could fundraise, but we've not heard anything back. There's not really been any progress that I know of, so.
Okay, I just didn't know where that stood.
Yeah, I mean, we can always,
Is this
Look into it, but-
estimate, you guys, or the company grading it?
What's that?
This estimate of 65, that's whoever gets bid, they'll grade it.
That would be the complete bid for what the project would be.
but you also have almost $10,000 or more of annual maintenance every year on it too, so we'll have to figure out where to put that.
Yeah, it's seal coat, so you're gonna have to reseal it and things like that over time. We should paint the stripes.
Resell it every, what, 2 years?
I think that's what we estimated. It should only need to be like a single seal coat instead of a double like you're starting with.
We can't use any local option sales tax on this?
You might, I mean, would it be considered infrastructure, a parking lot? Because we can use it on infrastructure.
I think the last time we decided that wasn't, or somebody, or that wasn't infrastructure or whatever, a parking lot wasn't, it was just for roads, bridges and sidewalks or something like that is what I was thinking you guys had said, but I might be wrong on that though too, but.
I may need to look into that further.
And you'll have to
More
check
information.
with that.
Yeah.
I guess I would have thought it would have been, but
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
don't know.
That's what that would take.
I don't know.
Oh, I was supposed to either. Because I think if you could split it between lost road use and general fund, then it's feasible and doable.
I would concur.
And even if you take 3/4 of it out of road use, I still think it's feasible. The only other thing that we have project wise on road use is 10,000.
Yeah. Which would leave us with, I believe,
So like, here's a question. So we have that, I don't even remember how much money sitting in that park fund. And we finally got it all sitting there. When we go to do this ball diamond, will that 7,000 or whatever be taken out, be put towards this? Cause that was my plan when I don't.
mhm.
Towards the ball diamond.
Yeah.
So,
Gotta use it for something up there.
Yeah, that's,
That's what, that's.
I just don't want it-
Park fund.
I don't want it to keep sitting in a fund that you, yeah, like that was my, that one, I'm fine with pulling all 7,300 or whatever out and putting towards it, cause that,
yes, I think that's what, Julie had, I'll confirm with her when I get the notes from their meeting, but when she was still here, because they had their meeting right before
Yeah.
this, and she said that they did want to approve the ball diamond and use that money towards it.
yeah.
So, but I'll confirm that with her.
Because that would also take down the money that we're pulling out of local option sales tax.
Yeah,
Or if they wanna finish cementing around the infield there, those two little triangle areas. You could use it for that, and then the rest goes towards the infield or something, I guess.
These two are that damn cheap.
Yeah,
I mean, when was your additional TIF supposed to start kicking in from the development?
2028. Yeah. Yeah, I had to certify it this year for it to start kicking in 28.
so we have, so next budget will be instructor.
Yeah.
Parking lot definitely commodity to.
Or even phase two.
So
That's what I'm
phase
saying,
two could,
phase two could,
be covered by too.
be next year's budget. And for me, I say, work it in and see, because ultimately, we're gonna sit down and look at all these factored in to see,
Yeah.
does this even work? And it might not work. We
Yeah.
might be over budget and
Mhm.
then we have to strike it out. But I think at this point, we factor it in, and I think especially if we can use local option to pay for a portion of it. If we start on that project, because that will also give us feedback for next year's budget to say, is phase two even needed or not? Or is phase one adequate? So I say work it in the numbers. If it doesn't work out, then that's obviously number one that we strike out budget wise.
I agree. Any other thoughts? Any other thoughts on any of these capital projects that we're talking about? Okay, I'm gonna go on.
Is that it?
Did we wanna throw, did you guys, wanna put the fencing in for this budget or not, or wait till 2027?
2027?
Yeah, I was gonna say that's.
Or 20.
Yeah.
I would. Like to, I guess I don't know how Parks feels on it, but. If we're getting these quotes for the concrete, to at least get a quote for those two little pieces up there behind home plate. If we're gonna invest in that new infield, let's make that whole area look done.
Yeah, some of the items that I gave them to kind of look into, I hadn't gotten any information back yet, so that's why they're not on here.
Which,
The ones I could handle kind of myself, I kept on here,
and that isn't gonna be a big.
Well, if you can get the grading work done, that 3,000 should cover the concrete.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Did you put in the annual 50,000 for just the street maintenance project?
but.
For the, you mean like annual?
I haven't filled out most of our, expenses yet, so. But I think that would be still in here because all of these projects are, I considered like
Extra.
extra. And I put the televising and repairing the sewer lines because they're gonna be so much more than last year. But
I didn't mean to hijack the meeting.
no, you're fine.
As such, and I know.
No, I'm learning this as I go.
Sure.
I would think if it was, cause it's been in each year, we budgeted for that.
Yeah, it should be.
So I would think it would carry over.
That's,
Which doesn't seem like it's making that good of a dent.
yeah, it's better than the 25 we used to get.
What do we give now, 50?
So I might need to ask for all this because under capital outlay streets, I show that we budgeted nothing this year, so I need to see.
I think we always end up doing a slight amendment or something to, cause it's always like 52 or.
Yeah, normally it's like I come in and say, okay,
I see 50,000. We actually spent 54,425.
Okay, that's.
Okay.
because I could.
He always takes a little
Well,
more.
I said,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like, we could, if you just give me a little bit more,
Maybe,
but
Yeah.
maybe we should, if we can, budget a little bit more than.
What's that come out of road use?
I would have to look and see where that came from. I don't have that on
I
here.
would guess it comes from road use.
I mean, it's always, when you come up with the list,
yeah,
and it's like, well, if we do these three, take this one out, or if we do these two or three, take this one out.
yeah, a lot of times what we found is, we'll put the estimate together, we'll put out the streets and stuff, and lately it's been coming in a little lower than what we, our estimate is, and so we'll look at, well, if we could add another block if you guys give me just a little bit more money,
Yeah,
and stuff, so.
Dude, have we ever came up with the final list on the trees that need to be removed yet? I mean, just a list of trees. I don't, we don't want a list of,
There is a list that,
I mean, we gotta be down to just 10 or 12, aren't we?
I don't know that for sure.
Which I think we said increase the budget for trees this year.
Mhm.
And I think we'll take it out of that sewer fund. It's in this range,
Certain ones, yeah.
get rid of everything we got on the list.
So what, for the streets, to the $50,000, what would you want to increase it to?
I'd leave it at 50. Are you fine with us leaving it at 50?
No, he just asked.
Like, well, cause
Like,
I know
and
you're gonna
everything
come
you
to
give
us
me.
and say like, can I get like another 4 or 5?
Well, maybe,
I don't do that
that's what
every
I'm
year.
thinking, if we went like another 10,000.
Yeah, but
Well,
then it's gonna come in at
it's gonna go
55.
under
Well, I'm just,
But last year you were at 50,714 and this year you're at 54.
yeah,
So, I mean, it has gone up every year.
Nope. If we don't pay that, we don't have to worry about the rest of the stuff, do we?
Well, I think by doing at least 50,000 every year, that alleviates us from going.
Yeah,
to
you gotta
court.
take- you gotta take care of the engineer.
loans.
it helps us from having some major issue somewhere along the line.
How much was it this year?
54,425.
Or would you like to see it increase to
Would you guys like to, would you guys,
60?
It's been 50 for how many years?
It's
At
been
least
like
the
that
last-
for a while. Yeah.
60, 65?
Well, I was thinking out of my head at least 55 or 60.
good.
I would take,
I
at
would
least
think-
55 if we had to make a,
I would say
we
make
had
just
to
like,
mention last year to raise it to give them 4,000 more. Why don't we just,
Do 55 and knowing that
We might
It
have,
might go up to 60.
Again, I only asked for that if
You can
we had
catch up
like,
a lot.
you know.
right, if you're right close to getting
That
that
makes
thing
sense.
done.
It was kind of like when I asked you if the sewer, rehab, just go much higher. than we
Mhm.
did. So, just because we could get one more little piece done.
Right.
The one thing that I forgot to mention, again, I'm sorry, guys, on the sewer line and stuff. The televising would be Region 6, but we wouldn't touch a pipe in there this year. Even though we've been televising and then doing work in that same region.
Mhm.
But just understanding, we would get the televising done, but we just couldn't, you'd have to budget next year to do the work.
So
But at least then we'd have a ballpark of what it's, how bad it is though too,
Yeah.
right? If
Yeah.
you, once you televise that we like run into it, there's hardly any problems or whatever.
then you could make it, well,
It should start getting better.
I think Region 6 is actually the, orchard area out there, and that was all done with PVC pipe and things like that, so I hope that that would be
Is that my division?
mhm.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Just fix that.
none of us expect, nobody expects a Region 5 to be as bad as it is.
Yeah.
Wheel maker on a golf cart.
Maybe that's kind of where the turning point is, hopefully for this going forward. And we won't have to spend a whole lot more trying to fix a region or something from this point on.
So what do we okayed everything on here basically so far? Is what,
Number 5 is gonna move to, fiscal year 26. More information on number 6. The time clock's gonna move to fiscal year 26. So this year. Number 13 is gonna get removed and have Justin do it. Whenever. So 8 through 12 are a yes, 2 through 4 are a yes, and number 1 is yes, if we can make the numbers work. And cut first.
Make the numbers work. Okay. So we're ready to move on from the capital projects.
I think so, that's everything, so. Anyway,
Let's see.
all right, so. Reviewing expenses, so basically what I plan to do is go through all of our expenses. I'm gonna add all of these in to our expenses after adding like our operational expenses first. I have been,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thanks, Jim.
I feel like most of the things I've seen like a 3 to 5% increase. The big one is our sheriff coverage. Our current budget's 88.6 and our new budget, if we do reserves, is 104, almost 105. So, I mean, once I put all of those numbers together, I feel like all the operational stuff, I plan to just add 3 to 5%. And see where the numbers come out. That's pretty much what they've been. Like office, what we budget for office supplies, what we budget for postage, publication of minutes and stuff like that. Stuff that I know what those things are gonna be.
Get back to the reserves. Is that
Yes.
the ones like we were paying for this year?
Yeah, so I took the amount that we paid last year and I kind of just added a little bit, if the rate ends up going up for that, to $9,600. So I put it in there just because we haven't really determined what the plan is with that, and we're revisiting it in March. And then I know our ordinance says security and not police coverage, and like, there's just a lot of gray area, so I feel like rather budget for it and have the money for it if we need it. But even if you took that off, we're still, our contracted amount's $95,160, which is $7,000 more than we're budgeted this year. So it's still going up a little bit. I'm still waiting on the fire department for their rates for this year, so I haven't gotten that.
Aren't they, don't they just, aren't they still 1.5 million, their maximum? Do you remember?
I don't, that budget stuff was never where I had it.
They usually let us know in February. So our current budget's 28,204. The previous 2 years, 2 years ago, it was 27,282 was our actual. 27,556 was our actual the next year. So it's gone up a little bit. I just don't know, like if I double what we have now, we'll be right at the 28,204. So again, it's just like a 3 to 5% increase on most things, but. So I'm still waiting on that. I probably won't have it till February 1st, but
You're saying that the 28,000 was per year?
yeah, we pay it 2 times a year.
Cause the maximum, it used to be, when I was under it, a lot of years ago, it used to be 1.5 million. Maximum. The fire department to charge.
What do you mean, $1.5 million?
$1.5 million.
I don't know.
Well, the millage rate. I don't know, what is it now?
I don't know.
Okay.
All I know is I paid them 14,101.
It's based on valuation in the Jeff Monroe Township.
I thought you were talking 1.5 million. I
That's
thought
something else.
28,000, what are you talking about?
Going mills,
Okay.
but that's been a lot of years ago. That, by law, that was the maximum, up to, they could charge up to that. The mill, it's called, it's a millage rate is what it is.
Fund days is one that, the amount that we budget for fund days is $10,000. This year's $10,000. 2 years ago it was 9,000. So
Is fireworks built into that or is fireworks separate?
yes, fun days, fireworks, tractor pull, and the potties is what I have in here.
So the quote we got before the fireworks thing was $9,000 is what it was gonna cost us next year.
They are,
Fireworks?
the fireworks people are retiring, but they did not say that if rates were going up or down or changing. They're retiring and somebody bought their business. So they did send me a letter, but no other information. So
So you.
We weren't locked into the 9,000 for next year though, right?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
We need to put that out for bids.
I think that's what we should do.
They're gonna, cause I thought does it say what fireworks were last year? 5,000?
Probably wasn't
So last year's expense was 7,610. I don't have that like broken down.
It's not itemized.
I would
It
guess
looks,
5,000.
Well,
Yeah.
what else would we have spent it on though?
Porta potties.
porta
Oh,
potties and
porta
the tractor
potties,
pull.
yeah.
The tractor pull, it says is 600 and then porta potties are 1,500, but that doesn't line up with what was in the budget. So it was 7,600 and 1,500, which would be 8,100, but we only spent 7,610. So I don't really know how that lines up, but
As I say, Paul Myers lives over in Shueyville. He does fireworks. Life.
Yeah, I think we just put it out for bid. Maybe that's something that we try and get on a meeting agenda in March or April,
Mhm.
so we can get ahead of that.
How do you bid those? I mean, each one has they can have a different length, a different type
Well,
of.
they give you a program of what you're looking at and
Yeah.
that's what you.
Yeah, whether it's a 15-minute show.
They,
or
they
20
tell you what it was. Or like, I think Mallory will even say, I want a 30-minute show
Okay.
or something, and
yeah.
then everybody bids that out. And I think a couple of years back, we were looking at entering into like a 3-year contract with
I think
people or.
we did
I
at
think
one
we did.
time.
That's why I didn't know if we were on a year to year. Now.
If they.
I know last year when we did the budget, I think we were still under contract to use the same one.
Yeah.
I don't think we are now, though.
I can look.
Especially if they're selling it. I would imagine that's a
Yeah.
termination.
Yeah.
But it'd probably be good for me to open that up for bids anyway.
Yeah, I think we did that.
See what's
Sooner
in
than
later.
Parks, we already talked about that, the first meeting.
I think you're gonna wanna start getting, concrete bids too for that, building up there sooner than better, because come springtime, everybody's gonna be buried, so if you don't have,
The shop,
yeah, I mean, I think, though, I mean,
Yeah, but we can't start that project till July 1st.
so, never mind.
yeah,
Any of those projects, capital projects cannot start till July first.
Right.
That's right. Cause this is in.
Projects, I bet, start July first.
I need to get updated, engineering expenses from, HR Green. That fund that we have, that has the board, they did ask for another match or of $1,500 to be able to decide how it's spent for, I think it's for, isn't it for like beautification or like town people can put in applications
So
to
are they
request
giving it out?
They've only given $100 out, so I don't know.
Before we keep matching, I wanna know where these funds are going.
Yeah, I mean, they still have $1,400 in there. They gave $100 to, what did they give $100 to? The signs. They donated, they gave $100 for the signs.
So they gave it right back to you?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, that's
So-
kind of like when you were wondering about the park thing and not knowing where the money was, and
Yeah.
at least we found it in the account.
I just-
Yeah,
I
Yeah, I
just,
don't think you do.
I just find, I have a lot of trouble if we're gonna match 1,500 when their only thing that they've shown for is
Is the
$100 donation back to us,
yeah, for the signs, yeah.
which we could have covered that 100.
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
Like if they could like show us like people are applying and
Yeah.
they're giving it out, yeah, I'm all for giving 1,500 bucks. But when they haven't had one real
What's it supposed to be given out for?
I think
beautification.
it's for beautification around town,
I just,
and people can make recommendations.
Actually.
You can make a
It's
recommendation.
like a flagpole
for it,
in my
but-
yard. Would they come and do that for me?
I'll bet they would, Kerry.
Especially me. They love me.
Exactly.
The town loves
You're
me.
top of the list.
Yeah.
and like a lot of like that, like
Blood
that.
dog shit in my yard.
We don't know a lot about that committee. Before they
Yeah.
ask us again, like, I feel at the minimum, they can come to a council meeting and actually have
Tell
an
us where it's
open
going.
discussion rather than,
I-
here's an email
I would
to
like-
you.
Like,
share with
yeah,
council.
what's your plan if we do
Yes.
don't match this money, give you $1,500 more dollars, what's the plan with it? Like.
Who's
I
on
would
this
think
committee?
since that committee,
The only
Committee
person
got
I know of is
formed.
Dan Johnson.
Oh,
what was it, like a year ago? It formed
Yeah,
again?
but I think they've
And
only
at
had,
at that
one-
time, when I sat in during their first meeting, and we were discussing about how they were gonna go about doing things. They were supposedly gonna get projects lined up on things around town to do.
Yeah.
And they were gonna get with residents and stuff if they could, find out what people would suggest that would come out, and then they would formulate a plan and go from there. We haven't seen any of that.
No.
So
They need to come
I agree, as far as us putting any more matching money in or anything, I would rather have them come before the council and at least give us a list or some
and I'd
ideas.
like to see it getting spent too.
What they're
I'd like to
working.
see- Not just saying they're gonna do it and then
Mhm.
hold on to it like they did
Well,
last
I
year.
I can understand though, if they do have a list of ideas or a plan in place of certain things and there's not the money there. And they need to start doing stuff to fundraise for that and they want us to match certain things. They need to provide us that list too, so we can see what it is. But so far, we haven't seen anything.
City Hall building maintenance, we usually do $500. Last year, you guys did $1,000 for the awning over the door. I think I told you I'm not doing that. I just don't think it's necessary, but, Justin did get a new door and screen door because that thing leaks so bad. I like to have the door open so people can see like when I'm here. But I have to close it when it's really cold because you get a draft, like it gets so cold in here and the furnace runs nonstop. So he did get a new door and a new screen door. I don't know if we want to budget, it's $1,000 for anything else that may need replaced in here, just in
Anything
case.
that you see,
No, not really.
I got a question. Who does the maintenance like that? Cleaning the floors and windows and stuff?
Me?
Huh?
Me?
You?
Yes. Just don't look at it right now, cause I was gone for a week, okay? And you guys
Who should-
work me like a dog here.
Hey, who shovels the walk up here when it snows?
I usually do.
Huh?
I usually do.
I knew we were going there.
I didn't know that was your response. Although we asked them to do that. We don't?
No,
You got to get me.
no. Unless Justin comes up.
City property probably.
Well, I wouldn't count on that.
Doubled by
Well, I'm just saying,
city employee.
we do not
No.
hire somebody specifically
Well,
to come in here and.
I thought
clean the city
the
hall.
maintenance, town maintenance,
That is town maintenance. That is part of town maintenance.
it always was.
Yeah, I mean,
As far as cleaning doing the shoveling and that out here, yeah, he should probably be doing.
yeah,
some of that.
cleaning in
think
here, I just
Tanya
vacuum.
Always used to vacuum this and everything.
Yeah, I vacuum and, I mean, as much as I can vacuum. I mean, there's not really much. It doesn't get dirty. I'm the only one in here. But, yeah,
Do you want us to budget for a cleaning lady?
No.
in here or something?
it's fine.
New vacuum cleaner.
It's fine. I just, usually on Fridays, I just vacuum.
Reason I asked, I come up there today and I fell on my
Yeah, it's,
piece there, it was all ice, or
Yeah.
snow and ice. And it wouldn't,
Yeah, I think that would be Public Works.
that's public
But-
works. It's always been public.
Yeah.
works.
But as far as cleaning in here, I
City
don't need
property.
anyone to come clean. That takes 2 minutes, like, that's not a big deal. I don't see anything in here that would need, move the roof. I don't know, I mean, to me, the roof looks fine, nothing leaks. Yet,
move, if you're going up there to check it.
well, you can see it from the outside, like, there's no shingles missing. So I moved that to fiscal year 28 to revisit, I don't know,
To redo
to redo the roof.
And I think when we do redo it eventually, whoever's on council, we go metal. Like, why are we screwing around with shingles anymore?
Yeah. So I just
Good
moved
point.
that off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping that there's supposed to be some changes to publications, because right now we spend quite a bit of money on publications. It's obviously the law and you have to do it, but like we budget $6,500 a year for that. They're hopefully moving, there's a lot of stuff in legislation right now. Hopefully they're changing that and it'll cost us a lot less money, so that will be nice. But I think that everything I have budgeted right now is fine. I don't foresee,
So when would be our next then?
so that is what we have to decide. So
Well, how much time do you need? It's like, there's some.
I would say in February for sure,
Yeah.
because I have to get Cynthia back in here, because this is the part that gets kind of like confusing. I just want to make sure I'm taking money from the right spots and it balances. So I would say in February at a minimum, we may not even need another budget meeting, but I'd like to schedule one and we can cancel it later.
I would think that it would be prudent that we do have another budget meeting, just to go over this entirely.
Yeah,
again, to make
it could
sure
just be a
that
long,
we have everything incorporated we want. And if there's anything that comes up to where we need to take back out,
Let's
we
not
can
have
discuss
until you have all the information though.
Yeah.
We might not come up, we don't, nobody's coming up here and saying,
yeah,
right?
you're gonna have to find out this and you're gonna have to find
That's,
out that.
I
that's
know.
why she's advocating for in February. I don't think we should be doing it during a regular council meeting. I think we ought to be doing it in a separate meeting.
Right. Did you guys see that? Fairfax is contracting out their city clerk now.
What?
You know how they fired Cynthia?
Now they got her on contract.
Now they got her on
to not
contract.
reappoint her.
Yeah, so now they got her on contract for $80 an hour.
What?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Okay. Okay,
Let's-
so schedule wise, I think, so I have to have like everything, I have to have it done by March 1st. So I think if we meet like the week of the 16th, we have a council meeting the 9th, council meeting the 23rd,
23rd
So if we
is
meet,
when
like,
we could,
the 17th of February.
I will not be here the 23rd.
I'm
That's okay.
trying to think here to get a resolution for us to move it forward for you to get it done in March. How many meetings do we have to use to do that?
Well, March is when I would start doing we'd have to set a public hearing and all that stuff. So that's March 1st is my deadline for scheduling all of those things.
Okay.
So if we meet the 17th, we would then meet at a council meeting on the 23rd. So if we meet on the 17th, finalize everything I have put together.
And have
Put
a
it on the
resolution on the
23rd.
23rd to adopt.
Yeah, to schedule the public hearing and do all
Okay.
of that stuff. That should be plenty
That makes sense?
17th is the only day that week I can do.
that you can do.
I leave for state the 18th through 21st.
Okay.
So
That's March.
Well, we could do the 16th too, if Mondays work better for anybody. I don't care. Wednesday's the only day that's hard for me.
17th 's the only day.
16th or 17th, I can make work.
Okay.
Either one.
Mike,
What,
16th or
17th?
17th?
17th is fine with me.
17th? Daryl,
Yeah.
got any vacations planned?
Every day's vacation.
17th?
That's not what Mary says.
17th at
That's not what
16th?
Mary says.
Oh, yes, she does. You'll set a reminder to remind me, won't you?
Yes.
What's this, open records? I gotta,
Oh, that is your, it comes with your appointment, yes, it's just for you to have. It comes in the mail, and so I'm just supposed to give it off. You don't even want your certificate?
That's the first one I've ever got.
Really? Oh, well, they're probably in a filing cabinet in here somewhere. Okay, so we are done.
Okay,
Motion to adjourn.
that motion was adjourned in a second, all in favor?
Could be anybody.
Aye.
Yeah, 7:30. Okay, I want this.